Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 1. You know how every time you go to pull out a piece of aluminum foil, the whole tube comes out? Well, there's these little tabs on either side of the box. You just push those in and it holds the tube in place. Okay, do you know why those plastic pasta spoons have a hole in the middle of them? They're actually supposed to be used to measure out a single serving size of pasta. Did you know that most medicine bottles that have the child-proof caps can actually be flipped over and used on the other side so that they're much easier to open? This is especially handy for the elderly. Like and follow for more life hacks. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 2. If you want an easy way to core your strawberry without having to deal with a knife and cutting all the tops off, just use a straw. The top pops right off. If the top flap of your boxes never stays shut, simply tuck in the sides, then fold in each of the sides and press, and then tuck that top flap into the pocket you created. This will help keep that top flap shut and keep your food fresh a little bit longer. If you're tired of having to find and or get your roll of tape started, just use one of those plastic things that comes on a bag of bread. Like and follow for more life hacks. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 3. If you need to soften butter quickly but don't want to melt it, put some boiling hot water in a glass to heat the glass, then dump out the water and flip it over your stick of butter. In just a couple minutes, you'll have nice softened butter. If you want to keep Grandma's homemade cookies soft, just put a slice of bread in the container with it. Works like a charm. Do you have a pair of jeans where the zipper just won't stay up? Simply use a key ring from one of your keychains, slide that through your zipper, and then slip that over your button before you button your pants. Problem solved. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 4. If you have a lot of baby or toddler toys that you want to disinfect but you don't want to spend a ton of time washing them all by hand, simply use a reusable produce or mesh laundry bag. Throw all the toys in and then throw them in the top rack of your dishwasher. Just make sure that top part's closed so they don't come all spilling out. Is your wrapping paper getting wrinkly because it's always starting to come unraveled? Simply cut a toilet paper roll down one side and then slip it over the tube. If you need a makeshift cookbook holder that doesn't take up space on your counter, just use an old pants hanger and hang it right off a cabinet. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 5. If you need to sharpen a knife or a pair of scissors and you don't have a sharpener, you can easily do so by sharpening the blades on the bottom rim of a ceramic coffee mug. If you're in a pinch and you need a smaller size Ziploc bag, take a regular size Ziploc bag, then heat up a knife with a match or a lighter, then glide the hot knife down the center and it instantly sears into the bag, and the heat from the knife reseals the plastic together, revealing 2 separate bags. You know how a lot of pots and pans come with a hole on the end of the handle to be used for hanging it? You can actually use this hole to slide your wooden spoon in so that you don't make a mess on your countertop. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 6. Instead of making your iced coffee with regular ice cubes, fill your ice cube tray with leftover coffee from the coffee pot. That way it won't water down your coffee as the ice melts. Turn a toilet paper tube into a speaker for your cell phone. Line up your cell phone and then make a mark with a pencil where you need to make your slits. Use an X-Acto knife or scissors to cut a slit where your phone will go. Use some push pins to keep it standing upright. Insert your phone and the sound travels through the roll, amplifying the music. Speaking of toilet paper rolls, gather up the lint from your dryer and it makes for a great fire starter. These are great for camping, fire pits, fireplaces, you name it. Like and follow for more life hacks. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 7. If you want to make your own taco bowls, simply spray both sides of a tortilla, turn a muffin tin upside down and put the tortilla in the space between the cups. Then bake it at 375 for about 15 minutes and you'll have a crispy taco bowl. If you've ever needed to quickly chill a drink that you forgot to put in the fridge, here's how. Simply wet a paper towel and then wrap it around your can, your wine bottle, or a champagne bottle, and then stick it in your freezer for 10 minutes. The evaporation of the water in the dried freezer will help speed up the cooling process. Want to get rid of hot cooking grease without pouring it down your drain? Simply put a piece of aluminum foil in your sink to catch the hot oil. Then when it's cooled and solidified a little bit, just pick up the foil and throw it away. Like and follow for more life hacks. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 8. Did you know that most people put in their bobby pins incorrectly? The key to having it stay in place is flipping the bobby pin over and putting it in upside down so that the wavy side is against your scalp. This will help keep the bobby pin from sliding out as easily. Need to make a makeshift ice pack? Simply take an unused sponge, run it under some water, and give it a gentle squeeze, and then put it in a Ziploc bag and stick it in your freezer overnight. They're great for throwing in your kiddos' lunch bags. Oftentimes we'll find our travel-sized toiletries have exploded or leaked in our bag after we travel. To prevent this from happening, just put a little bit of saran wrap on top of the bottle before you seal it up with the lid. Like and follow for more life hacks. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 9. If you don't have a chip clip handy, here's how you can seal up your bag without one. Simply fold both sides towards the middle, then you're going to flip it over and then fold down quite a few times until you get to the bottom of your bag. Then you're going to flip the bag over again and you'll see these little pockets. Flip those over and your bag is sealed. If you want to prevent your water from boiling over when you're making something on the stovetop, just put your wooden spoon right across the top of your pot. And this one's my favorite. I'm going to show you how to shred chicken in under 30 seconds. Once your chicken's cooked, just put it in a bowl, and then you're just going to take a hand mixer and start mixing away. And check that out. It literally shreds it up in seconds. Like and follow for more life hacks. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 10. If you want to make a grilled cheese but don't have access to a stove, here's what you do. Just flip your toaster on its side, put 2 slices of cheese on your bread, and then put them into the toaster. Once they pop out, just put your slices together, and there you go, instant grilled cheese. You know how when you reheat pizza in the microwave, the crust tends to get all chewy and hard? All you need to do is put a little dish or cup of water in at the same time and microwave it, and your crust comes out nice and soft and fluffy. If you want an easy way to separate your yolks from your whites, check this out. Crack your egg onto a plate, and then you're going to take your water bottle, squeeze it a little bit so the air comes out, and then put that bottle on top of the yolk and release, and it sucks the yolk right up. Like and follow for more life hacks and must-haves. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 11. Did you know that the lines on a Solo cup can actually act as measurement marks for alcohol measurement? This line right here is equivalent to a pint of beer. The next line down is 12 ounces, which is a standard beer bottle size. This line is 5 ounces, which is approximately 1 serving of wine, and this one is 1 fluid ounce, which equals a shot. If you need to freeze ice cubes in a pinch, use hot water instead of cold water. It actually freezes faster. This is actually called the Mpemba effect. If you crack an egg and accidentally get shell in your bowl, the fastest way to remove your shell is actually using the remaining piece of your eggshell to get the smaller piece out. The sharp edge of the shell is able to cut through the whites as opposed to using your fingers, which just slide the shell around. Like and follow for more life hacks. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 12. If you want to squeeze some lemon juice on top of your food but don't want to get the seeds all over your entree, here's what you do. First, roll your lemon on a countertop or a cutting board, then take a skewer or a toothpick and poke a hole in the end of the lemon. Then squeeze out the juice to your heart's content and store the lemon in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator until you want to use it again. If you want an easy way to dust your blinds, just take a pair of kitchen tongs and wrap around each end a dish rag or a washcloth and secure with some hair ties, and there you have it. If you're wondering which side of the car your gas tank is on, just look at the arrow next to your gas gauge indicator. Whichever side it's pointing to is the side of the car it's on. This is especially helpful if you're renting a car. Like and follow for more life hacks. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 13. Okay, for those of you with kids, I don't know about you, but I tend to find stickers all over our furniture, and they're always so tricky to get off. All you need to do is run a hairdryer over the spot for a little bit, and then it softens the glue right up, and you can scrape it right off. Okay, instead of just continuously rolling up your cuff starting at the bottom, take your sleeve and pull it up from the bottom so that it sits just under your elbow, and then just fold the sleeve once right over on top of that, and you're done. For me, I feel like my sleeve stays rolled all day, and it's not as tight on my arm. A quick way to get wrinkles out of your laundry, just throw a few ice cubes in your dryer, and as the ice melts, the water turns into steam and it removes the wrinkles. Just be aware this trick is meant for lighter fabrics. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 18. Okay, so I saw this onion cutting hack on TikTok, so I had to share this with you guys. Apparently, the reason why you cry when you cut onions is because the acid in the onions is attracted to a water source, which typically is your tear ducts. However, if you simply place a damp paper towel on the cutting board while you're chopping, the onion acid will be drawn to the wet paper towel instead of your eyes. So I tried this out because I have really sensitive eyes, and sure enough, it worked for me. If you want to check the freshness of your eggs, eggs, just drop one in a glass of cold water. If the egg sinks to the bottom of the cup of water and lies flat on its side, then it's fresh. If it floats to the surface, then it's no longer fresh enough to eat. If you want to dry your sneakers in your dryer without having them clang all over the place, here's what you do. Just put your sneakers in a pillowcase and hang it over your dryer door with the opening of the pillowcase outside of the dryer. Then just close the door and turn it on and you'll hear nothing while they're drying. Like and follow for more life hacks. Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 17. If you have a cut where you have to put a band-aid around your finger joint, there's a better way to do it. Just make a cut down the middle of the bandage on each side. Then just wrap the flaps separately around your finger, avoiding the joint so you can still move your finger. If you have one of these candles with 3 wicks, but you're tired of almost burning yourself every time you try and go to light it with a match or a lighter, then try this. Just light the first wick and then turn the candle so that the flame reaches the other wicks and lights them for you. If you want a quick and easy way to get the shells off your hard-boiled eggs, just put them in a jar and shake. The shells peel right off, leaving you with the perfect hard-boiled egg. Like and follow for more life hacks.